Hello, I'm Dr. Mercier, and in honor of Father's Day, we're profiling fathers, but not just any fathers, black fathers. Popular opinion would have you believe that black fathers are not involved, absent, don't really care, but I'll be one to tell you that's completely false, and I'm going to prove it to you. Joining me is Ackimo Charles. How are you?
Great to meet you.
So, you're a dad.
Yes.
Yes. Tell me a little bit about your family.
Well, my family is pretty new, pretty young. My daughter is 2, and I have another one on the way. Daughter, of course.
So nice.
I'm going to be surrounded by women.
That's okay. That is okay. When is she due?
July 17th.
Like next month?
Yes.
Oh, wow. So, you've been a father now 2 years?
Correct.
Okay. When you first learned you were going to be a dad, tell me about that time and what that was like.
That was a bit challenging for me. In most cases, I've assisted my family members by raising their kids so they can finish school or whatever the case is. But when it came to my own, I think everything that I've ever thought flashed before my mind. I mean,
wow, that's a lot.
From my entire upbringing to where I was and how my dynamics would change. It's no longer you can have a child with you for a couple hours and then drop them off.
No, yeah.
It was, this is mine, every day, all day.
Okay. So you talk about families' kids who you had helped. So these were older kids, younger kids?
Right now they range in the ages of 4 all the way to 13.
Okay. So, but the babies would be new to you?
Yes.
Okay. Can you talk specifically about any of the concerns that you had about becoming a dad?
I think my biggest concern was, am I going to do it right?
Okay.
In most cases, you think you're doing what's best for your child, but then you look at what's happening in society and you wonder, where did that person go wrong? And I think that's what most parents wonder. I raised you from birth, and I've seen you grow up. I've nurtured you. I've given you everything that you could possibly need,
right,
and sometimes want. And then at the end, you turn out to be something that, in my opinion, I didn't raise.
Okay.
So in my mind, I was like, I hope I'm doing this right. I hope I produce a product that's acceptable and somebody who's willing to give back to society. Okay.
So you were worried about that?
Yes. Still am a little bit.
A little bit. Okay. But you have a 2-year-old.
Yes.
Okay, and so you've learned some things along the way.
Well, I'm still learning, and because most times they say, "Oh, she runs the house." She somewhat does. She has a very strong mind, and I hope that she doesn't become that person who doesn't listen to criticism or even to any kind of critique of her, anything that she does. Because right now it's to the point where she tells me what to do. And I know it sounds funny, but I tell her, let's go to sleep. And she's like, if I'm going to sleep, we're all going to sleep.
Wow. So, yeah, okay.
Kind of a bully.
That's all right. And so now you have a baby on the way.
Yes.
Think back to when you first learned you were going to be a dad the first time. Do you feel the same? Are they any different?
I think now it's a little more relaxed. The training wheels are off. So I have a better understanding of the first week, the first night, the first couple months. So I kind of have that in my mind already pressing play to make certain that some of the things that I may have made a mistake or didn't think I did right, I can improve on. I got a second chance in a sense.
Okay. And so with your children, your daughters, so your wife was there, she helped you.
Right.
Did you have any other kind of support?
Well, island family. So
island family, okay.
Everybody has that. Well, do it this way, feed them this. We used to do this, we used to do that. So we did have a lot of support from family members.
Was that the women or the men?
Oh, mostly the women.
The women.
The women.
Okay.
Always the women.
All right. And so tell me a little bit more about their interaction with you. Were they supportive of you? How involved were you?
The women?
Were they supportive of you being involved, or were they like, you need to go to work, this is mom's job? Tell me about that.
They're very supportive. As a matter of fact, for the first, I guess you could say, year and a half of my child's life, my mom took care of her.
Okay.
So it was more of them saying, what do you guys need us to do to help you guys be better parents? So a lot of the women, my aunt, she chipped in where she could. My grandmother put in where she could. My mom did a bulk of the work. And my wife's mom, you know, she doesn't live in Broward County, but she traveled almost every other weekend to even participate. So they all were very supportive of me and of us in a sense.
Okay. Yeah, you guys had a whole village.
Oh yeah, definitely, still do.
Yeah, you may need them. So it sounds like you've built more confidence since becoming a father. You say you're much more relaxed. Any other lessons you've learned in being a father these last couple years?
The biggest lesson I would say is to definitely don't stress out about something. As long as the child is still breathing, you know, there's always tomorrow. You know, there were days where I was just like, oh my goodness, I forgot to do this, or I didn't give her medicine, or, you know, I was late. And in your mind, you're wanting to make sure you do everything right. But you realize some things you can't control, some things you can't change, situations happen, don't stress out.
Okay. Did you have any other dads that you turned to?
Well, my father-in-law, he the first couple months, he was afraid to even hold a baby. You know?
Wow.
He'll break her.
Oh boy.
But he was there, you know, he always, anything you guys need, let me know. My brother-in-law, he has several kids. So for him, whenever we called him, hey, we need a break, he was there. He would take the baby. My sister-in-law just be sitting there looking like, can I hold my niece? So, you know, he's very involved, not only in my daughter's life, but in his kid's life. And then my uncles, you know, they all have kids, but for them, it was more of support as far as monetarily or just emotional. They would give me advice, but they won't. I can't leave my daughter with them.
Okay, the caring, okay.
That's not gonna happen.
Okay. Sounds like they're more old school.
Very old school. Yeah.
Okay, but they were there for you, though. It sounds like.
Yes.
In their own way.
Yes.
Now you have two girls, and you're raising two, or you're going to have two girls. What is it that you hope they get from you?
How to be treated by a man. I definitely want them to understand that some of the characters that they may see on television or they may see on social media, because, you know, growing up, we didn't have social media.
Right.
Now, I see some things and I'm like, I'm glad that I'm in my child's life because I don't want her to be that person. So I'm hoping that they see how they should be treated, that how I treat their mom, and how they should act in public. You know, we all know, we've seen pictures and etc.
Yeah.
Some things you need to make sure your daughters don't do.
Oh, I know. In some ways, it's more difficult for them than it was for us. This whole social media thing.
I certainly think so. To be honest, because I work in the school system, a lot of the issues that we have, a lot of the fights, a lot of the just any really hard issue to deal with, we as a group didn't have to deal with it. Ours was passing notes. Right. But now it's so widespread, something can happen in an instant, and it's videotaped or spread mass through to text or whatever the case is. The whole school will know. Exactly, and I think it's more pressure on this generation to be able to navigate those challenges as they go through their day.
So then in that sense, you being there for your children, even just for that'll go a long way.
Yeah, it definitely, I think it helps on their social emotional being, to help them to understand that, you know, sometimes people are going to say things and do things, but you just have to carry on. You have to prove that it's not what they're saying.
Okay. So tell me a little bit about your experience growing up with your father, the kind of what you got or didn't get, because you talk as if you learned a lot from somebody somewhere.
Ironically, I didn't grow up with my dad.
Okay.
I didn't meet my dad until 16.
Okay.
And even then, even now, it's still, not as close as it would be with somebody who grew up with their dad. I was basically raised by my grandfather, and my uncles were around, but they all had their own families or went off to college. So everything that I've seen came from my grandfather or, my sister's dad. And it wasn't as if they were the ones that went to college, because none of them did.
Okay.
It was more of, this is how you slaughter a bull. This is how you garden. This is how you bake. This is how you do little things. I help them to build homes or whatever the case, more hands-on.
Yeah.
Many of my uncles, shade tree mechanics. They work with their hands well.
Okay.
I took a different route. I went to school and I went to college. So, most of the things that I've learned that came when it came to manual labor came from them. Academics, I don't know.
Well, something must have happened.
Something happened.
Yeah. Okay. So, can I assume that you see the necessity in being in your kids' lives based on your upbringing?
Definitely. Even now with my daughter, like I said, she's strong-minded. Last night I was fixing something in the bathroom and she's like, "Oh, let me fix it, Daddy." And she's, trying to help me fix it. But this isn't the first time she's done something like that. I know today there are many women that would wait around for a man to do something for them, especially if they live alone. So I think me being there and just showing them little bits and pieces will make them well-rounded. They have their mom showing them the female domesticated, not to use the word domesticated, but female chores in a sense. And then they have me who's showing them another side. So together I think they'll be well-rounded.
And so if you could give any advice to new fathers or even fathers in general, what might you tell them?
Spend time with their kids. It doesn't matter how long. It could be 2 minutes a day. It could be an hour. That little bit of time means a world to them, especially when they read with them. Many times my baby will just pick up a book and she'll be like, "Let's read, Daddy, let's read, Daddy." And I can make up words, but she's happy.
They don't care.
Right,
yeah.
She's excited. One of the things that we do, we go around the house, we sing. So now she has her own little microphone, or she takes the little things that you get out of the paper towels, the little rolls.
Oh, the rolls.
And she wants to make a mic. Then she wants to put it in my mouth. But those are the little memories that she'll remember as she grows up. And those are the little things that make them happy. So any little time that you spend with your child,
time.
It's worth it.
Yeah, time. Well, there you have it. I'm Dr. Mercier, and we've been talking to Ackimo Charles, a black father, an involved father in his daughter's life, soon to be second daughter, soon to be 2 girls. Y'all pray for him. Dads, keep up the good work. Ackimo, good talking to you.
Good talking to you too. Thank you.